You got to guard, man. Sometimes, a lot of shots gonna fall. I mean, credit to them. They hit a lot of shots away, but I feel like it was at times like ball screens, like made a few mistakes where they got an open shot where we could have fixed that. But it's all good. Mistakes happen. We just got to keep playing.
Seemed like tonight you guys struggled shooting from three. Just how much more difficult did that make things, especially with the way Auburn was able to shoot from deep?
That makes it a little difficult because when you're giving up more threes and twos as Auburn was hitting and you're not getting any stops, it'll start adding up. And obviously, if we're not hitting any shots, we have dead possessions. That's kind of them going on runs, and that kind of hurts us at times.
Silas, at this point in the season, when it feels like you're saying the same thing after each game, how frustrating is that starting to get?
It gets frustrating, but you can't really show it. You got to keep playing. Can't really change who you are. You got to be the same you every day. Come into practice, work hard. Just can't change who you are. We don't want to change as a team. We don't want to go in the dump. We just got to continue to keep fighting because anything can happen.
So, go ahead.
Yeah, you go ahead.
Okay, I was going to ask you about the game. Looked like it got a little chippy out there. Is that typical, or did this one seem like it had a little bit of an edge throughout? Is that kind of KD and you guys were locked in?
Obviously, KD played here before. Coming in, want to play a good game, but I feel like all SEC games are kind of chippy. Sometimes you see it more than other games. All these games are played hard. Every game I played in has been kind of chippy. Just sometimes you see it more than others, but it's like that day in and day out. So.
Silas, what was coach's message to you guys after coming into the locker room after this game?
We got a quick turn. Can't dwell on this loss. Got to move on to LSU. They're a good team. Got 2 big-time wins. Just beat Kentucky, beat South Carolina at South Carolina. So they got some momentum. We just want to go in there, try to gain some confidence going into that game, even though we took a loss. We're going to get back to the drawing board tomorrow.
What do you think happened in the last 9 minutes? You guys had it pretty tight there, and then things got out of hand.
I just feel like we didn't get enough stops. That's the name of the game. You got to get stops to win games, and at times we lacked. At big time moments, we went on a run, then they hit a big three, and then they kept going. Sometimes that happens. Like I said, we just got to be better on the defensive side.
How do you hold your poise when the arena turns like that? Auburn's kind of close to here. They brought a lot of fans. How do you handle that moment?
You kind of handle that leading up to the game. Fans are always going to come and support us. We knew it was sold out, so message of the week just has been have poise. Stay in the moment. Don't get too hyped. After you score, sprint back. We got to get a stop, or can't get caught up in the game, caught up in the crowd. You just got to stay within the game.
You started every game this year. You're a freshman. Asa Newell's in the crowd. He's a kind of guy that could help elevate the program. Also, you excited for the future with him, along with the games you have left this year?
Definitely looking forward to the future, but kind of just want to stay within the team I'm with now. Don't want to give the guys as we're looking towards the future. We want to stay in the present moment.
Silas, I know that every player is a year-to-year guy, but you do look like the kind of guy that Georgia could build around. Is that your plan to be a Georgia guy throughout, or is that something you got to evaluate at the end of the year?
Honestly, I just kind of want to stay away from looking towards the future or building around, because I'm still with my guys now. We still got seniors here, and I feel like as looking towards the future and kind of trying to stay building around me is just not a good thing to say. I just want to be with my team.
You talk about this team and being focused on that group. 4 games left in the regular season. Obviously ACC tournament to come after that. What would you consider? What are the goals for the rest of the season to consider it a success?
Honestly, I would say for us to see a success is just putting 40 minutes together. I feel like Vandy was a step towards that. Kind of took a step back tonight, but I feel like us playing 40 minutes, not having many mistakes on offensive and defensive side, us limited live ball turnovers, and us just growing and being more connected as a team is a success I would see for us.
You guys obviously, if you win the rest of your games, you'd be in the NCAA tournament, but the NIT is probably more in reach. Have you guys, I know your first focus was at the beginning of the year, the NCAAs. Have you thought at all about any postseason would be good for this program?
Definitely, I think any postseason would be good, but we still want to try to make the tournament. Like I said, anything can happen. We can win out and make it to the tournament. So just want to stay confident, and we can still make the tournament. And don't want to dwell on saying if we were to make the NIT is a bad thing. But our primary goal is to make the tournament.